everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Yesterday I went to see the thrilling, suspenseful biopic film Captain Phillips, and honestly, I knew what the story was going to be about, but even so, I was completely riveted the entire time I watched this film, and I was not bored 1 minute. And I have to admit, from 1 second to the next, it just kept you engaged in such a way that you were in complete and total abject terror. And I could feel my heart palpitating in my chest. I was that much into the film. And near the end, I actually cried. I won't say why, but I have so much respect for paramedics because of that. Let me just put it that way. Um, as far as films go, this one I think deserves 5 stars, hands down. It is absolutely excellent. It is tremendous. It is entertaining, although it is very suspenseful. It is a movie that will keep you engaged and entertained, even though there's a lot of violence in it. I wouldn't recommend this for anybody that is under the age of 13 just because of the violence and the situation that is portrayed. But the example of Rich Phillips himself, I think, was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not going to say what Rich did because he really went above and beyond the call of duty as captain. And he showed a lot of integrity and resolve. And he was altruistic. And to do that in that kind of scenario is just uncanny. Um, I'm not going to go into that because, of course, it would be a complete spoiler if I did. But if you have a chance to see this movie, do, because it is just absolutely magnificent. And I was actually going to talk about a little bit of the other shows that I'm watching currently. I have decided not to watch Miracle Day. I decided to cancel it. I had to cancel quite a few things because it was just too much. There's too much going on right now in my life. I have, however, started watching Witches of East End. I don't normally watch things on Lifetime, but I absolutely adore it. It's really a great series and has a lot of potential, and it's really well done, and kudos to the people who brought it to us, and they deserve all the plaudits in the world, and congrats, this is definitely a winner. Of course, I've been watching The Blacklist with Dad. The Blacklist is just absolutely amazing. Glee has been really good this year so far with the 2 Beatles episodes, which I think have been the best so far. Of course, I haven't seen the tribute to Cody, but I know that when I do, I'm probably going to cry like a little baby because I really liked him and Finn, the character that he played. And he is definitely going to be missed, and it's just such a tragedy. Other shows I've been watching, I've been watching Shaolin Chronicles, which I absolutely adore. I'm writing a fan fiction right now as I speak that includes characters from Shaolin Chronicles, and it also has Angela Anaconda characters, the Amazing Spies, and Totally Spies involved in it, mixed in with the world of Code Lyoko, which I wish they would really bring that show back without all the fluff and nonsense, because filler episodes, I mean, in anime, I understand, they have to do a little bit of fan service and just have some frivolous episodes just to make it fun. But in the later season of Lyoko, it just really didn't make that much sense at all. It didn't really contribute that much to the plot whatsoever, and it was just trivial and stupid and inane, and I absolutely loathed it. And then they're doing a live action version in France that, thankfully, for the gods of publishing, were merciful to us, and they decided that they didn't want to torture us, and they're not going to release it here, and I don't think they're going to release it in Canada. But thankfully, that's not going to be even an issue. I've been watching Packages from Planet X, which is a Canadian cartoon, and it's very well done. It's absolutely hysterical, and it's probably one of the best Canadian cartoons I've seen in a good long while. Next to Ruby Gloom, which I'm really enjoying recently, and I gotta get another uh, Glue Mates. Yeah, it's called Glue Mates. The DVD that I bought from the bin that I fished it out of, unfortunately, was broken, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. I've got quite a few DVDs I haven't watched yet. I still have Clash of the Red Rangers. This is a Power Ranger movie. I had to get it because I grew up with Power Rangers, and I had to see if it was just as good as the other Power Ranger films that were on the big screen. And of course, Corpse Princess, since it's Halloween, I'm definitely going to watch the whole series. Pixie Hollow, Evangelion 3.33 you cannot redo. That's just a new revamp that they've done. Woman called Fujiko Mine. Of course, I definitely need to see that because I've been meaning to. Having been a Lupin the Third fan my entire life, and written all the fanfics that I have, probably have seen them on fanfiction.net under my screen name, Flower of Adversity. I did a kind of a space, an outer space version of Lupin the Third. This is before I even knew about Cowboy Bebop, which I think is just a kind of renewed version of Lupin the Third in a way. It's sort of like that, but it's different on its own account, and the characters are unique in their own way, and they're so sleek and cool, and the show is just epic. And I wanted to do something like that, so that's why I wrote that particular series. It was more like Star Trek than anything else, and I think that I combined those two influences and created the outer space sci-fi series that I did. Let's see, yeah, I'm still working on Defenders of the Yoko. I'm working on a Dark Arrow story called Destrata, written from the first-person point of view of a serial killer. I've got 2 parodies that I've finished, but I haven't recorded yet. I've got some songs that I've written, but I haven't recorded them yet. Let's see. The other films I have are Garden of Words, Hogfather, Going Postal, Golden Boy, which somebody actually recommended to me, Cats and Dogs, Tin Man, the series, and Crossfire Hurricane, the documentary. Still writing the Gaijin, still writing Le Chevalier Technologique. The Chevaliers, I should say, more than one Chevalier. Now I'm going to write my first ever, well, it's not really my first ever steampunk, but it'll be called Traversing Age and Time, which I wanted to call Clockwork Magister, but I just, I thought, no, don't do that. They'll think that you're ripping off the whole Infernal Devices series, and no, I'm not. This is my idea alone. Though it does start in the Victorian era and then spans over 200 years in the future. I'm watching Max Steel and really enjoying it. It's superb. It just this was a series that was done a long time ago, and then they revamped it, but it's mainly a toy line. But it's better than that. It's just got so much going for it, and it kind of reminds me of Generator Rex. And I think that if the two were combined, if they had a crossover, it would be epic. I've also been watching Camp Lake Bottom, which is really a great gothic little cartoon. It's a lot of fun, and it's very, very enjoyable. I'm really excited for the new season of Gravity Falls. I stopped watching Marvel Agents of Smash just because it's nothing but tripe and it's so stupid. It's just the most idiotic thing I've ever watched, and I just don't enjoy it anymore. I've also been enjoying Slugterra. The episodes just keep improving, and over time you get to know more about the characters, and the slugs now have a mode that's called uh, a Velosa mode of Velosa Evolve, basically, and it's so neat. It's kind of like Pokemon, but they evolve through velocity. So Burpee was able to evolve in the last episode when they captured Dr. Black, and I thought, Dr. Black's going to get out of that prison. He's got people on the outside, and he's not going to make it that easy. Even though he was captured twice by Pronto. Well, Pronto was boasting about that, and I just love Pronto. Pronto is so funny. Pronto is probably one of my favorite characters in that series, even though he's probably really annoying. But he just is hysterical, and I love him. I don't know why. He just has some of the funniest lines I've ever heard in a cartoon, and he's more of a scaredy cat than anything, especially when it comes to Black. But who wouldn't be? Black is very intimidating and freaky and sinister. See, amongst other things, what have I been watching? Of course, Sleepy Hollow. I've been enjoying that. Once Upon a Time. I haven't watched the new episodes of Once Upon a Time, but I will. New Doctor Who episodes coming up. I'm not really sure what else to say, other than that's pretty much all I've been doing, other than getting the house ready for open house. A lot of investors are going to come and see if they can get our house sold, and we're thinking of actually building a house rather than buying one that's on the market, and that's probably the best thing we can do. It'll be uni level, but when I get to that, you're all gonna see it. I'm not gonna leave you out because you're all my friends and my fans, and you're coming along with me on this journey. So we're not gonna be alone. None of us are. We're going to make it through together. Um, I really didn't know what else to say and update you with other than what I've told you. So I will hopefully be seeing the counselor sometime next week. I plan on seeing Las Vegas as well as Ender's Game. Of course, Catching Fire when it comes out. The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog. These are all must-sees that I'm definitely looking forward to. Frozen, I will probably have to go alone since my dad's really not a big fan of animation. And I hate doing that, but yeah, it's not his thing. Well, I will be seeing you later, everybody, and take care of yourself. Blessings be. Shalom and ciao.